Listen, I wanted to go live in order to share with you the news coming out of the NFL that Deion Sanders Jr. is now going to be allowed to film Shedeur Sanders as he makes his push to become the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. And that's just big news because we all know that Shedeur, he did not deserve to be a fifth round draft pick. But nevertheless, he's in the door now, and his brother has been given access into the NFL facility. I guess he'll be also able to cover Shiloh. And yeah, that's going to be a big deal. This is like groundbreaking. This is history in the making. Let me go back out here where I got some light. Yeah, this is history in the making. This is big because everyone wants to see the journey of Shedeur Sanders and Shiloh and his brother having access to NFL facilities is gonna facilitate that. We're gonna be able to see the journey up close, and I predict that Shedeur Sanders will play in a Super Bowl. I don't know when it's gonna happen. I don't know if it'll be with the Cleveland Browns, but I do predict that he will play in the Super Bowl. So remember I said that. He's just that good. And he's not only good, but this guy is blessed. You can see the blessing that's on him and his family. And when you blessed like that by God, you're empowered to prosper. So yeah, look forward to Shedeur playing in the Super Bowl one day. And yeah, man, this is just groundbreaking that Deion Sanders Jr. has been allowed access into the locker room, into the facilities to record his brother. I mean, think about it. He just took a camera and began to film his brothers and his father as they did their jobs. And now he has made a career of being able to follow them. Now, I know a lot of people will say, well, Deion is his father, Shiloh and Shedeur, they are his brothers. But he had to take action. He had to pick up a camera. Hello, everybody in the live. How y'all doing? He had to pick up a camera and began to do the work. You know, I don't care how much talent is around you, how much opportunity is around you, you have to take advantage of it. If you don't take advantage of it, if you don't do anything, then nothing's going to be given to you. And I believe Deion Sanders made that clear to his children that he wasn't just going to spoil them just because he's making money. A lot of people think that because you have rich parents, that just automatically makes you rich. No, it doesn't. Your parents are rich. You're not rich. You may have to get a job in order to take care of yourself. And so that's the mentality that you have to teach your children, or else your children will be lazy. They'll be unmotivated. I mean, think about it. You can give a child everything in the world, but if he or she won't do anything to maintain it, if they don't work on their own, then they're going to end up back at square one. So the proper way to go about things according to the Bible and according to the word of God is to train your child in the way they should go so that when they are old, they won't depart from it. Yeah, so look, I see a young person say they're 18. All right, well, look, when you're 18 years old, you got a lot of choices to make. You know, I don't know what country you're in. If you're in the United States, if I'm 18 years old, I'm in the United States, I'm joining the military, plain and simple. That's what I'm doing. You're in Germany? Okay. Our son, Daniel, he's in the Navy. He's about to get ready to go to Germany June the 15th. That's my birthday, June the 15th. He's leaving then. And so I would get in the military. That's what I would do as a young person, because think about it. It's a career. You're going to be taken care of. You're not going to have to get into debt in order to have this career. You know, a lot of people, they choose to go to college, but you rack up a lot of debt going to college. And so, yeah, you got to think wise. You got to think smart when you're looking at your future. You may invest what, $100,000, $200,000 in college, and it may not pay off. So don't worry about that. I would go to the military. That's my number one thing. And then I would do something else on the side. I would start me a YouTube channel. I would find some merchandise to sell. I would get into real estate, things like that. That's what my wife and I do. We're what you would call a real estate investors. All right. So yeah, there are so many things that you can do in order to better your future. But back to topic, Shedeur Sanders, I'm telling you, man, this is going to be very exciting to watch. He is captivating. All eyes are going to be on the Cleveland Browns. I don't care who your favorite team is. You're going to have to tune in to the Cleveland Browns to see what's going on with Shedeur Sanders and his journey. All right, so listen, this is a big day. This is groundbreaking that a YouTuber has gotten access to to the NFL behind the scenes. I mean, I've never heard of anything like this where he's going to get to follow his brothers around just like he was able to do in Colorado. Thanks for your subscription. Thanks for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Also share this video. Somebody asked in the comment, what is your age, uncle? All right. I am 51 years old. I'll be 52 June the 15th. And, when you grow older, you get wisdom. And I would like to say to you young people, what I would do if I was your age, I would live wisely. Don't get caught up in what everybody else is doing. Somebody told me when I was young, they said, if you want to be successful, do the opposite of what you see the majority of people doing. For example, you see people buying all this luxury clothing and bags and watches and things like that, only to find out that it's made in China. We thought all the time that somebody was sitting down handcrafting these items. And look, I got some luxury items myself, but I don't go overboard with it. I got one pair of Gucci shoes, one. You see, and so I wear them on special occasion when I go out of town or something. But the point is, don't just go overboard, right? Don't just go overboard. And so run your own race. Don't try to compete with nobody else. Do what you can afford. And you be happy with your own life. The main thing is to have your soul saved. If you don't know Jesus, that's the best decision any young person can make. Because what does it matter if you have all the success, all the riches, all the fame, and then you die and go to hell? Your life would have been in vain. It would have been useless, all your accomplishments, because that's one thing I say about Shedeur Sanders and Dion. They also are strong in their faith. All of his sons have been taught to have faith in Jesus. I'm not going to say God. I'm going to be more specific than God, because there are many gods, but Jesus. Jesus specifically can save your soul. Now think about this. If you have Jesus, you're richer than the richest man who doesn't have Jesus. Let me say that again. If you have Jesus and somebody doesn't, you're richer than the richest man who doesn't have him. You know why? Because your soul is saved. Your soul is secure. When you die, you're going to spend eternity in well-being. You'll never have to worry another day. It's like people in the earth, they get insurance policies, but they don't get a policy for their soul. They don't take care of their soul. So young people, let me tell you something. Make sure your soul is right with Jesus. Serve him and listen to his voice. He said, my sheep hear my voice, and the voice of a stranger they will not follow. And so, listen, listen, I'm about to go off now. I've been on here a little too long. But listen, thank y'all for tuning in. Remember to subscribe to the channel. I'll get back on at another time. But I enjoyed your company. I enjoyed you all watching this live. Be blessed. Until next time.